You were not supposed to find this by accident. Something in you knew to stop here. Something in you felt the pull before your mind could explain it. That strange pressure in your chest. That quiet signal in your body. That feeling that this is not just another video, not just another voice, not just another idea to consume and forget. You felt it because a message has been waiting for you, and it could not stay buried any longer. Thoth knew that there are moments when a person reaches the edge of the visible world and starts sensing the machinery behind it. This is one of those moments. And if you are hearing these words right now, then you are already standing at the threshold. Because what you are about to see is not ordinary information. It is not entertainment. It is not history dressed up to sound deep. It is a key to something that has been shaping your life the whole time while you were taught to look somewhere else. And once you see it, really see it, you will not be able to pretend you do not know. You will understand why certain things keep repeating, why some doors never seem to open no matter how hard you push, why you can walk into a room and feel heavy for no reason, why some people leave you drained after 10 minutes, why you can sense that something is wrong even when everything on the surface looks normal. There is an invisible force moving through your life right now. It is already active. It is already organizing outcomes. And most people never realize it is there. That is how they stay trapped. That is how they keep living inside patterns they did not choose, carrying emotional weight they cannot name, feeding systems that profit from their confusion. But you are here now, and that changes everything. Take one breath with me. Feel your body for a second. Feel your heartbeat. That is not just flesh responding to biology. That is rhythm. That is current. That is a living field. And what lives in that field has more power over your reality than most people will ever be taught. Thoth spoke in symbols because truth, this strong, had to be guarded. It had to be encoded. Not to keep it from the worthy, but to keep it from those who would twist it, sell it, weaponize it, or bury it under noise. Because once a human being realizes that the invisible shapes the visible, the game changes. Then excuses start dying. Then blame loses its grip. Then the false story begins to crack. And that is exactly why this knowledge was never meant to be handed out carelessly. Your life is not being shaped only by what you do with your hands. It is being shaped by what you carry in your field. Your thoughts are not harmless background noise. Your beliefs are not private little opinions tucked away in the dark. Your emotions are not just moods that come and go for no reason. They are forces. They move. They emit. They organize. They create a signal. And that signal speaks long before your mouth does. It speaks before action. It speaks before results. It speaks to people, to situations, to environments, to opportunities. It speaks into the structure of your reality. That is, your vibrational field. You cannot see it with your eyes, but you have felt its effects your whole life. Every repeated heartbreak, every strange block, every cycle that seems to rebuild itself, no matter how much you try to escape it. Every time you said, "Why does this keep happening to me?" while missing the deeper question, what is being repeated inside me that life keeps answering back to? This is where the veil begins to lift. Because the world does not only respond to what you say you want, it responds to what you are broadcasting now. If deep inside you carry fear, then fear stains your field, even when your mouth says confidence. If deep inside you carry unworthiness, then unworthiness bends your choices, your posture, your timing, your energy, and the world answers that frequency with brutal precision. If you hold scarcity in your nervous system, then even when you chase abundance, life keeps finding ways to reflect that deeper lack. Not because you are cursed, not because the universe is punishing you. Because vibration is honest, it reveals what performance tries to hide, and that truth can sting at first. It can feel heavy, because the moment you see that your field is shaping your outcomes, you lose the comfort of pretending everything is only happening from the outside. You can no longer throw your entire life at fate and walk away untouched. But hidden inside that discomfort is freedom so sharp, it can split your old reality in half. If your field has been creating, then your field can be changed. If your inner state has been repeating patterns, then those patterns can be broken at the root. If you have been emitting unconsciously, then you can start transmitting with awareness, and that is where real power begins. But the trap goes deeper, because your field is not the only force acting on you. Every day you move through oceans of energy that are not yours. Every room has a tone. Every person carries residue. Every place holds memory. Every interaction costs something or restores something. And most people never notice these exchanges until they are already exhausted, bitter, confused, and wondering why they do not feel like themselves anymore. You have felt this. You walk into one space, and your chest gets tight. You leave one conversation and feel like someone unplugged your body. You spend time with someone who always needs, always takes, always collapses, always pulls attention, and afterward your mind is foggy, your mood is low, and your energy is gone. That is not random. That is not you being dramatic. That is exchange. Energy is moving all the time. Some people do not know how to create from within, so they feed on attention, emotion, reaction, chaos, control. Not always on purpose. Many of them do it unconsciously. They are empty, disconnected, starving in ways they do not understand, so they pull from whoever shines. And if you are sensitive, if you feel deeply, if you notice what others miss, then you are even more exposed when you do not know how to guard your field. This is why some relationships leave you weaker instead of stronger. This is why some friendships feel like a quiet theft. This is why some family dynamics never bring peace, only guilt, obligation, and emotional fatigue. One person becomes the constant victim, the other becomes the rescuer. One drains, the other gives. One collapses, the other carries, and both call it love while the field decays underneath them. Then there are the places themselves: hospitals, old houses, rooms where violence happened, buildings soaked in grief, spaces full of tension, panic, suppression, sadness. Energy records itself, it settles, it lingers. And if you move through the world with no awareness, you absorb more than you realize. You bring it home. You carry it in your shoulders, your breathing, your thinking, your sleep. Then you wake up tired and blame your schedule, when the deeper truth is that your field has been open to everything and loyal to nothing. And now, the greatest thief of this age sits in the palm of your hand. Social media. Endless feeds. Manufactured outrage. Comparison loops. Strangers performing fake lives. Arguments that hook your nervous system. Images that fracture your self-worth. Bad news injected into your body at machine speed. Every scroll is a small surrender when done without awareness. Every emotional reaction is an energetic payment. You give your attention, your focus, your feeling, your life force, and most of the time you receive emptiness back. That is why you can spend an hour online and come away hollow. Your field was being harvested, your coherence was being broken. Your mind was being scattered in 10 directions while your spirit was left starving. And the more spiritually sensitive you are, the more dangerous this becomes. Because what others call normal noise, you feel as pressure, heaviness, interference. So the question becomes, how do you stop leaking power into systems, people, and patterns that were never meant to govern your life? The first key is simpler than most people can accept: presence and intention. Without presence, your energy is scattered. Without intention, your energy has no command. Presence is not some soft idea. It is power returning to its seat. It is what happens when you stop living from mental static and come back into the living now. When was the last time you breathed and actually felt the breath? When was the last time you sat in your own body without rushing to fix, plan, scroll, numb, or escape? Most people are physically present and spiritually absent. Their bodies are in the room, but their awareness is fractured across fears, memories, fantasies, regrets, and noise. That is why their field has no center. It is open, loose, easy to influence. Presence gathers your energy back from all the places it has been thrown. It closes the leaks. It calls your power home. Then intention gives that gathered power direction. Intention is not wishful thinking. It is not repeating lines while your body vibrates with doubt. Intention is command. It is choosing what your field will serve. When presence and intention come together, something changes immediately. Your touch changes, your words change, your silence changes, your breath changes. Your field becomes coherent. Think about the difference between touching someone absent-mindedly and placing a hand on them with full awareness, full care, full calm, and the quiet decision to transmit peace. The action looks similar from the outside. The field is completely different. One is empty, the other moves energy. This is how reality works. The visible act is only the outer shell. The real force is carried in the invisible. That is why trying to change your life only by changing outer behavior often fails. The visible world is the surface. The root is deeper. Your life is like an iceberg. People keep trying to chip away at the tip, while the giant mass below the water remains untouched. The fears you rehearse, the beliefs you inherited, the shame you normalized, the stories you repeat, the grief you never processed, the anger you buried, the helplessness you call personality. All of that lives below the line, and all of it is shaping what rises into visible form. So, if the invisible is disordered, the visible keeps echoing that disorder. This is why effort alone can fail. This is why people do affirmations and still feel empty. This is why they chase better habits, while their inner field keeps rebuilding the same prison. The real work is not pretending. It is release. It is coherence. It is returning the body, mind, and spirit to one signal. And that brings us to the places where energy gets trapped. The body keeps score in ways the mind can hide from. The body tells the truth. When energy stops moving, symptoms begin. Tight chest, heavy shoulders, knotted stomach, exhausted limbs, jaw tension, shallow breath, strange aches, numbness, and restlessness. That is not always just physical wear and tear. Sometimes it is emotion that never got to complete itself. Sadness pressed into the muscles, fear locked into the gut, grief sitting behind the ribs, rage trapped in the jaw. The longer it stays, the more it becomes weight, then pattern, then pain, then identity. People say this is just how I am, when really they are describing old energy that was never released. Thoth understood that healing does not begin by running away from the body. It begins by listening to it. Breath is one of the oldest keys because breath moves what stagnation tries to freeze. When you breathe consciously, you are not only pulling air into the lungs, you are signaling safety. You are widening the inner space. You are giving trapped energy a pathway. Add conscious touch, and the doorway opens even further. Put your hand on the place that hurts, not like a habit, not like a routine, with attention, with warmth, with patience. Feel your own contact. Breathe into that area. Stay there longer than your discomfort wants you to. Let the body know it does not have to keep bracing forever. Sometimes the release comes as tears, sometimes as shaking, sometimes as heat, sometimes as a deep exhale you did not know you were holding. Sometimes the body wants movement more than words. That is why dancing alone can heal more than another hour of overthinking. That is why stretching, shaking, walking, swaying, and letting the body move without performance can unlock years of frozen charge. The body was built to circulate life, not store pain forever. And when the blocked places begin to open, you feel something people rarely have words for: lightness, space, clarity. A strange return of yourself, as if you had been living behind glass and suddenly the glass is gone. But there is a higher force that transforms the field even more deeply. And this is the part most people were never taught to understand correctly. Love. Not the unstable version sold by wounded people. Not attachment. Not obsession. Not craving. Not control dressed up as devotion. Real love. The frequency. The one that organizes what chaos breaks apart. the one that heals by bringing things back into right relationship, the one that makes the soul remember what the mind forgot. Love is not weak. Love is the highest ordering force available to a human being. It dissolves fragmentation. It restores coherence. It softens what fear hardens. When you direct real love toward yourself, toward your pain, toward the places inside you that were rejected, something begins to reorganize. The nervous system hears it. The body hears it. The field hears it. And the field responds. Bayar. This is why self-healing becomes possible when love enters with presence and intention. Not because love is a nice idea, but because it changes the signal. It opens what shame closes. It lets energy move where hatred kept it bound. It reconnects you to the larger current of life instead of leaving you fighting reality from a fractured state. And once you understand that, you begin to see why certain tools have always been used across traditions. Water, crystals, sound, color, not as magic props, as amplifiers. Water receives intention. Hold a glass with stillness. Bring love into your body. Set a clear intention for healing, balance, clarity. Then drink, not like a trick, like a command carried through matter. Crystals can hold and magnify signal when used with awareness. Sound can retune your state faster than logic. A single note, a chant, a frequency, a drum pattern, a voice spoken with truth can shift your field because vibration responds to vibration. Color affects the body too. What surrounds you enters you. What you wear, the tones in your space, the light you keep around you, the visual atmosphere you soak in every day, all of it teaches your field what to stabilize around. These things do not replace inner work. They strengthen it. They remind the body and mind of the state you are choosing to live from. But there is one final warning before the deepest door opens, because many people try to raise their energy while secretly feeding poison inside. They think negative intention only harms the target. It does not. It passes through you first. Every hateful thought moves through your field before it tries to touch another. Every jealous fantasy stains the one carrying it. Every wish for another person's downfall builds disorder in the house of the one who sends it. That is why people full of resentment begin collapsing from the inside even if they smile in public. There is no energetic mask. The universe responds to the actual frequency, not the image. You cannot carry poison in your heart and expect peace to organize your life. You cannot speak sweet words while your inner field is loaded with bitterness and expect coherence. Purification is not moral performance. It is necessity. To clear your field, you have to face what is rotting in it. The anger, the envy, the old humiliation, the need to control, the hidden self-hatred, the wound that keeps asking life to bleed with you. This is the part many avoid, because it is easier to blame darkness outside than meet the shadow within. But the portal does not open for the false self. It opens for the honest one. And when honesty enters, healing stops being theory. Then, body, mind, and spirit can align. Then, the divine is no longer distant. Then, access becomes direct. Because the deepest truth hidden in all of this is not that you need more intermediaries. It is that the current has always been inside you. The divine flow is not locked behind institutions, filters, and permission structures. It is reached through alignment, presence, intention, elevated emotion, coherence. When these come together, your field changes fast. Old patterns start losing oxygen. Pain loosens. Reality starts answering you differently because you are no longer broadcasting the same signal. And here is where this ancient truth crashes straight into modern life. Because the hidden war is not only happening in temples and symbols, it is happening in your mourning. It is happening in your phone habits, your relationships, your food, your sleep, your conversations, your room, your playlists, your posture, your stress response, your private self-talk, the way you enter a workplace, the way you leave a supermarket, the way you collapse on the couch at night without realizing how much of yourself got scattered all day. This is where people miss the mystery. because they expect it to look dramatic. But the real system shows itself in ordinary moments. When you wake up and grab your phone before you touch your own breath, your field starts the day in reaction. When you carry other people's panic from headline to headline, your nervous system learns chaos as a home address. When you keep saying yes to people who leave you weaker, your body starts treating self-betrayal like a daily ritual. When your room is full of clutter, your attention is fragmented before you even begin. When you eat while anxious, speak while angry, work while depleted, and rest with your mind still consumed by noise, the field loses shape. Then people wonder why they cannot hear intuition, why their energy crashes, why they feel blocked, why life feels off even when they are trying so hard. It is because the invisible is being trained every day, and it is being trained by repetition. The beautiful part is that this works the other way too. One conscious breath before touching your phone changes the opening signal. One glass of water held with intention changes the body's conversation with the day. One moment of silence in a parked car before walking into a toxic building can become a shield. One decision to stop absorbing everyone's emotional debris can save months of your life force. One evening walk without noise can begin returning your soul to your body. One hand over your heart before sleep can remind your system that you belong to yourself again. This is how ancient knowledge becomes real, not by escaping life, but by meeting life with command. Your field is being written by what you repeat, so choose what gets repeated. Choose what gets to live inside you. Choose what gets your focus, your feeling, your devotion, your energy. Because the hidden truth was never only about Thoth. It was about the architecture of your own reality. It was about the force inside you that can still heal, still align, still rise, still remember, even after everything that tried to make you forget. If you feel that truth landing in you now, then mark this moment with your own hand. Write in the comments, "I reclaim my field now," not as a performance, as a vow, as a signal, as a line you cross with full awareness. Let it be the moment you stop handing your energy to patterns that were built to keep you small. And if you know someone who has been feeling the weight but could never name it, share this with them like passing a key through a hidden door. Subscribe if you are ready to keep walking deeper into what was always there, waiting beneath the noise. Because once you see the field, you cannot go back to sleep inside the old lie, and that is the verdict. What rules your life is not only what happens to you, it is what moves through you. Purify that, and the world around you has no choice but to answer.